Welcome to our documentary on the Titanic, the ship that wasn't unsinkable. In the early 20th century, she was more than just a ship. She was a symbol of human ingenuity and ambition, a floating palace, a marvel of engineering. In the next 10 minutes, we will explore the construction, voyage, and legacy of this iconic ship. We will delve into the depths of her story, from the shipyard's clamor to the ocean's silent embrace, unraveling the events that led to her tragic fate. The Titanic, a behemoth of its time, was born in the shipyards of Belfast. It was here, amidst the clanging of hammers and the hum of machinery, that one of the most ambitious engineering projects of the early 20th century took shape. The shipyards, bustling with activity, were a testament to human ingenuity and determination. 3 years of tireless labor, thousands of hands working in unison, shaping steel into a vessel of unprecedented scale. The workers, with their skilled hands and unwavering dedication, transformed raw materials into a floating palace. Each rivet, each beam meticulously placed to ensure the ship's strength and durability. Over 3 million rivets holding together her hull, stretching over 882 feet long, nearly the length of 3 football fields. These rivets, small yet mighty, were the backbone of the Titanic, ensuring that the ship could withstand the harsh conditions of the Atlantic Ocean. She was a leviathan, dwarfing any ship that had sailed before. The Titanic's sheer size and grandeur were unmatched, making her the pride of the White Star Line and a marvel of modern engineering. The Titanic was designed to be the epitome of luxury and safety. Her interiors were adorned with opulent furnishings, grand staircases, and state-of-the-art amenities, offering passengers an unparalleled experience of comfort and elegance. Her compartments, sealed by watertight doors, were believed to make her practically unsinkable. These innovative safety features were designed to prevent water from flooding the ship in the event of a breach, a revolutionary concept at the time. But as we know, pride often precedes a fall, and the Titanic's story was no exception. The collision with the iceberg revealed the vulnerabilities that lay beneath the surface, shattering the illusion of invincibility. The sheer size and weight of the vessel, coupled with the limitations of the technology at the time, meant that even the most advanced safety features could be overwhelmed. The Titanic's tragic end serves as a poignant reminder of the limits of human innovation and the unpredictable power of nature. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic embarked on her maiden voyage, a journey from Southampton, England to New York City. This was not just any voyage, it was a grand event that captured the imagination of people around the world. The Titanic, the largest and most luxurious ship of its time, was a marvel of modern engineering and a symbol of human ingenuity and ambition. A microcosm of society on water, she carried over 2,200 souls, millionaires and immigrants, aristocrats and artists, all drawn to the promise of a new world. Each passenger had their own story, their own dreams and aspirations. Some sought fortune, others sought a new beginning, and all were united by the shared experience of this historic journey. The atmosphere on board was electric, a mix of anticipation and excitement. Passengers marveled at the opulent interiors, the grand staircase, and the state-of-the-art amenities. The first-class passengers enjoyed lavish meals and elegant social gatherings, while those in steerage found camaraderie and hope for a brighter future. The Titanic made her first stop at Cherbourg, France, taking on more passengers, the excitement palpable. Cherbourg was a bustling port, and the arrival of the Titanic was a significant event. New passengers, filled with their own hopes and dreams, boarded the ship, adding to the diverse tapestry of lives on board. The final port of call was Queenstown, Ireland, where the last passengers boarded, unaware of the fate that awaited them. Queenstown was a place of farewells, where families and friends waved goodbye, their hearts filled with hope and trepidation. The Titanic, now fully loaded with passengers and provisions, set out on the final leg of her journey across the Atlantic. As the Titanic steamed away from Queenstown, she carried with her the dreams and aspirations of all those on board, a poignant reminder of the human lives at the heart of this tragedy. The vast ocean lay ahead, a symbol of both opportunity and danger. Little did they know the journey that began with such promise would end in one of the most infamous maritime disasters in history. The night of April 14th, 1912 dawned clear and cold, the sea deceptively calm. In the crow's nest, lookouts strained their eyes in the darkness, their warnings lost in the vastness of the ocean. At 11:40 p.m, the unthinkable happened. The Titanic, sailing at full speed, struck an iceberg on her starboard side. The impact, though subtle at first, sent a shudder through the ship, a tremor that belied the severity of the damage below. 6 of the Titanic's forward compartments were breached, water flooding in with relentless force. The unsinkable ship was sinking, and the intricate design that had promised safety became a cruel irony. Chapter 4. A Sea of Despair. As the gravity of the situation dawned, panic began to grip the passengers. The Titanic, designed to carry over 3,500 people, had lifeboats for just over half that number. The women and children first protocol was followed. But even then, many lifeboats were lowered only partially full. The cries of those left behind echoed in the night, a chilling testament to the chaos and despair. In the face of unimaginable fear, acts of heroism and selflessness emerged. The band played on, providing a semblance of calm amidst the panic, their music a haunting elegy to a dying ship. Chapter 5. A Tale of Two Worlds. The tragedy of the Titanic was further compounded by the stark class divisions of the time. The ship, a marvel of modern engineering, was a microcosm of society, reflecting the rigid social hierarchy that defined the early 20th century. First-class passengers, accustomed to luxury and privilege, found themselves fighting for their lives alongside those they would normally never associate with. The opulent dining rooms, grand staircases, and lavish suites were suddenly rendered meaningless in the face of impending disaster. The opulence of the first-class quarters stood in stark contrast to the cramped conditions of steerage, a grim reminder of the social inequalities of the era. Steerage passengers, often immigrants seeking a new life in America, were housed in overcrowded and poorly ventilated spaces, far removed from the grandeur above. While some third-class passengers managed to reach the lifeboats, many were trapped below deck, their fate sealed by the very structure designed to keep them separate. The barriers that once enforced social divisions now became deadly obstacles preventing their escape. The sinking of the Titanic exposed not only the limitations of technology, but also the deep fissures within society. It was a tragic event that highlighted the human cost of social inequality, as well as the hubris of believing that technology alone could conquer nature. The legacy of the Titanic disaster continues to serve as a poignant reminder of the need for compassion and equality in the face of adversity. In the early hours of April 15th, the RMS Carpathia, alerted by the Titanic's distress signals, arrived on the scene. The sight that greeted them was one of utter devastation, a debris field stretching for miles, dotted with lifeboats carrying the few survivors. Just over 700 souls were pulled from the icy waters, a stark reminder of the over 1,500 lives lost. The Carpathia, a vessel of hope amidst the tragedy, carried the survivors to New York, where they were met with a mixture of relief and grief. The world mourned the loss of the Titanic and grappled with the enormity of the disaster. For over 7 decades, the Titanic lay lost at the bottom of the Atlantic, a silent tomb shrouded in darkness. Then, in 1985, a team led by Dr. Robert Ballard achieved the unthinkable. They found the Titanic. Using advanced sonar technology, they located the wreck 2 miles below the surface, broken in two, yet remarkably preserved. The discovery reignited global fascination with the Titanic. Remotely operated vehicles captured haunting images of the wreck, revealing the grandeur that once was and the silent testament to the tragedy. Artifacts recovered from the debris field provided poignant glimpses into the lives lost, each object a story untold. The sinking of the Titanic sent shockwaves across the world, forever altering our perception of maritime safety. In the wake of the disaster, regulations were tightened, lifeboat capacity increased, and the International Ice Patrol was established to monitor iceberg activity. The Titanic's story, a potent blend of human tragedy and technological hubris, has resonated through generations. It has inspired countless books, films, and documentaries, each seeking to unravel the mysteries and learn from the mistakes of the past. The Titanic serves as a haunting reminder that even the grandest of human creations are not infallible, and the forces of nature demand our respect. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of the Titanic. From her conception as a monument to human ambition to her resting place on the ocean floor, the Titanic's story continues to captivate and inspire. We hope this documentary has provided you with a deeper understanding of the ship that was thought to be unsinkable, a deeper understanding of the people who sailed on her, and a deeper understanding of the lessons learned from her tragic fate. Stay tuned for more documentaries on historical events and their lasting impacts.